Friends, think about your morning. Did you wake up and immediately feel overwhelmed by the pile of clothes on the chair? Did you struggle to find your keys under a mountain of mail? This book is for the mother who feels like she's drowning in toys, the student whose desk is a graveyard of old notebooks, and the office worker who has 40 tabs open but can't focus on one. Today, we are diving into Less Mess, Less Stress by Mansi Zaveri. Mansi isn't just an author. She is the founder of Kidsstoppress, India's largest parenting platform. She has spent over a decade helping millions of parents and professionals simplify their lives. Her book has become a survival manual for anyone living in this chaotic, high-speed world. It's been praised by entrepreneurs and homemakers alike for its no-nonsense approach to life. Let me ask you a hook question. Do you own your stuff, or does your stuff own you? The core philosophy of this book is simple. Minimalism isn't about having nothing. It's about making room for everything that actually matters. In other words, it's about the minimalist shortcut to happiness. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that button and the bell icon so you never miss a book that could change your life. Let's get into it. Chapter 1. The Heavy Weight of Just in Case. Understanding Physical Clutter. Did you know that the average home contains over 300,000 items? It's a shocking truth, but most of us only use about 20% of what we own. We are living in museums of things we might one day need. Friends, Mansi explains that physical clutter is just a physical manifestation of indecision. Think about your wardrobe. You have that one pair of jeans from 5 years ago. They don't fit. They're out of style. But you keep them just in case. Imagine you are going on a weekend hike. You have a backpack. If you fill that backpack with heavy rocks just in case you need to build a wall, you'll never enjoy the view. You'll be too tired to even reach the top. Life is that hike. Your clutter is those rocks. Mansi teaches us that every object in our house should either have a clear function or bring us pure joy. If it does neither, it is stealing your oxygen. It is stealing your time because you have to clean it, move it, and think about it. To start, Mansi suggests the box method. If you aren't sure about an item, put it in a box, tape it shut. If you don't open that box for 6 months, give it away without looking inside. You didn't need the items, you only needed the permission to let go. The lesson from this chapter: your home should be a charging station for your soul, not a storage unit for your past. Chapter 2. The Browser Tabs of the Brain. Mental decluttering. Think about your laptop right now. Imagine you have 50 tabs open. The fan is spinning loudly, the system is lagging. Eventually, the whole thing crashes. That is exactly what is happening to your brain every single day. The uncomfortable truth is that we aren't busy. We are distracted. Mansi explains that mental clutter comes from open loops. These are the small tasks, worries, and I should do that thoughts that we never close. I should call my mom. I need to fix that light bulb. I forgot to reply to that email. Each one of these is a tiny leak in your energy tank. Think of your brain like a kitchen. If you try to cook a 5-course meal without cleaning the plates as you go, by the end, you have a disaster. You can't even find the salt. Mansi suggests a brain dump. Every morning, grab a physical piece of paper and write down every single thing bothering you. Don't organize it. Just get it out. Once it's on paper, your brain stops spinning to remember it. She also talks about the power of saying no. Every time you say yes to a social event you don't want to attend, you are adding a heavy book to your mental backpack. Be protective of your peace. The lesson from this chapter: a clear mind isn't a gift. It's a result of closing the loops that drain your energy. Chapter 3: The Digital Graveyard. Mastering Your Devices. We check our phones an average of 150 times a day. That is once every 6 minutes. We are living in a digital jungle, and most of us are lost without a map. Mansi highlights a painful reality. Our phones have turned from tools into masters. We have digital hoarding issues. Thousands of unread emails, blurry photos of a meal from 2019, and apps we haven't opened since the day we downloaded them. This digital mess creates a constant background hum of anxiety. Imagine your phone is a physical room you have to walk through. If the floor is covered in 5,000 unorganized photos and 200 sale notifications, you're going to trip. Mansi's framework for digital peace is simple: the notification cleanse. Turn off every notification that isn't from a real human being. You don't need your shopping app to tell you there's a discount at 2 p.m. on a Tuesday. She also suggests the one-screen rule. Keep only your most essential apps on your home screen. Everything else should be hidden in folders or deleted. When you open your phone, you should see a clean, calm space. The lesson from this chapter: if you don't control your technology will control your time. Chapter 4: The Cost of Comparison. Financial Minimalism. Why do we buy things we don't need, with money we don't have, to impress people we don't even like? Mansi dives deep into the psychology of spending. The truth is, most of our mess starts at the cash register. We buy things because we are bored, sad, or trying to keep up with the neighbors. In the world of social media, we see someone's highlight reel and feel like our life is lacking. So we buy a new gadget or a new dress to fill that gap. Think of your bank account like a bucket of water. Every impulse buy is a small hole in the bottom. You can keep pouring more water, working harder, earning more. But if you don't plug the holes, the bucket will always be empty. Mansi introduces the 30-day rule. If you see something you want to buy, wait 30 days. If you still want it after a month, buy it. Most of the time, the itch disappears after 48 hours. She teaches us to value experiences over expenses. A dinner with a friend will give you a memory that lasts forever. A new pair of shoes will give you a high for 10 minutes, and then become more clutter in your closet. The lesson from this chapter: financial freedom isn't about how much you earn. It's about how little you need to impress others. Chapter 5: The Daily Maintenance. Building Sustainable Habits. Decluttering isn't a one-time event. It's a lifestyle. You can't just clean your house once and expect it to stay that way forever, just like you can't go to the gym once and expect to be fit for life. Mansi provides a framework to keep the stress away for good. The most powerful one is the one-in, one-out rule. If you buy a new book, one old book must be donated. If you buy a new shirt, an old one must go. This creates a stagnant level of stuff. Your home becomes a river, constantly flowing, never overflowing. Think of your life like a garden. If you plant beautiful flowers but never pull the weeds will eventually take over. You have to weed your garden every single day. Mansi suggests a 10-minute reset every evening. Before you go to bed, spend 10 minutes putting things back in their homes. This ensures that when you wake up, you start with a clean slate. She reminds us that minimalism is a journey of self-love. You are clearing the mess because you deserve a calm life. You are saying no to the clutter so you can say yes to your family, your health, and your dreams. The lesson from this chapter: consistency is the only bridge between a messy life and a meaningful one. So friends, that was the complete journey through Mansi Zaveri's life-changing book, Less Mess, Less Stress. Let's recap the lessons we've learned. 1. Your physical stuff is a weight. Drop the rocks to enjoy the hike. 2. Close the open loops in your brain to stop the mental lag. 3. Treat your phone like a tool, not a master, by cleaning your digital space. 4. Stop buying things to impress people and focus on experiences. 5. Use the one in, one out rule to keep your life clean forever. Friends, this book is for the person who feels like life is too much right now. If you feel tired before the day even starts, it's probably not because you're lazy. It's because you're carrying too much baggage. It's time to let it go. As Mansi beautifully puts it, the best things in life aren't things. They are the moments of peace and the people we love. If this video helped you breathe a little easier today, please hit the like button and share it with a friend who needs to simplify their life. Don't forget to subscribe to Focus Me for more summaries that go straight to the heart. See you in the next video. Until then, keep learning, keep growing, stay focused.